Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's me, Mr. Unboxing 2011, and right here we got this game here on the Switch that we're going to be opening up. It is Planescape Torment. Check that out, Enhanced Edition. It also comes with this game here, Icewind Dale Enhanced Edition. Yeah, check that out. As you can see, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, Planescape Torment and Icewind Dale Enhanced Editions. And that's what the back looks like here. And the reason why I got this, I'm not going to play it on Switch. I've actually been told that there is PC versions of the game on here. Like, that's crazy, you know, that's crazy. So we're just going to take a look at this. You know, we're unboxing this here for you all. That's how the game looks. And I'm going to open this up. And there we go. There we go. There's nice, just plain Jane white insides there. And we got the Switch cartridge. As you can see, that's the game. I'm not even going to be playing that version. So now, wait. Well, hold on. Where's the PC version of it? Well, a disc wouldn't fit in there, so normally there's like a download code or something, but, it doesn't say. So where's the PC version? Wait a minute. This thing wasn't even sealed. What the hell?
Thank you for calling. How may I help you?
Yeah, I just bought Planescape from you all, and it doesn't come with the PC version.
Excuse me?
The PC version!
Sir, I don't understand.
I bought Planescape for the Switch and was promised a PC version, and it doesn't have it.
Okay.
Where is the PC version? I was promised it would come with a PC version of the game.
Sir, this is a Wendy's restaurant.
Hey, what is going on, everyone? It's me, Mr. Mario, and here's a couple of PC games I have. One of which is Grand Theft Auto 3 for the PC, of course. This is a nice little physical edition of the game that I paid $20 for, brand new at Walmart back in the day. And Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne. Again, another physical release of this, and I paid $5 for this somewhere. I don't remember where. Either way, why am I showing these? Well, these used to be staples in PC gaming. You see, PC games used to always come out on a physical format such as this. Well, at least if they were released by a big publisher. And now at this point, it's kind of rare to see really any new game get a physical PC release. I'm sure they still exist. I think the most recent one I ended up buying was actually Overwatch. Some people might question why. Well, because I was able to get the physical version cheaper than the digital version when I wanted to pick it up. But either way, these aren't really as sought after anymore, which is why they aren't really made physically anymore. You see, if you're a PC gamer or just someone who kind of dabbles in it a little bit, I'd say I'm more in the latter side there. I do love collecting physical media. I do really like my physical media, but when it comes to PC, for some reason, I don't know. Even though these are cool, I'd still like having my games digitally available and easy to access just from a few clicks on Steam or GOG or Origin or whatever the hell you want to use. Now, there's a few classic RPGs that seem to be just staples in the PC gaming sphere, and some of them got ported over to Switch recently. These ones include Neverwinter Nights, Baldur's Gate, and the game we're talking about right here, Planescape Torment. Now, these were kind of weird because they just came out of nowhere, and I don't think anybody was particularly asking for them on Switch. But nobody really complained, aside from, well, Neverwinter Nights, from what I see, that's not really the best port in terms of performance and such, and a lot of people were saying that these games were pretty expensive for how old they are. They're much older titles, and this, for example, released for $50, and I believe all the others released for $50. I do plan to pick up the other games when I can get them a bit cheaper, but for the time being, I end up picking up Planescape Torment. Why? Because this is probably the best deal out of all of them. You see, yes, I do get a Switch copy of the game, and I get 2 games on this cartridge, both of them being enhanced editions, and you could also purchase this digitally as well too. What if I could tell you that you can get an extra build of the game? Because you see, this game, whether you buy it digitally or physically, actually contains a hidden, full working PC build of Planescape Torment. Yeah, that kind of surprised me too. Now for the introduction to this video, I really was not joking. You see, if you look all over the box art and kind of try and comb it all over the place, there's absolutely no mention of this PC build. There's nothing that annotates that this is going to come with any type of bonus aside from what you get on the cover right here. If you get it digitally, there's no warning or heads up about it either. You don't get a download code either physically or sent to your email or attached to your account by any means. So how the hell do you access this? Well, I don't think you're supposed to access this, but some modders end up finding a way to. And to do this, you're going to need a modded Switch in order to dump the game, and you're going to need, of course, your PC and a little bit of know-how. Now, this video is not going to serve as a tutorial for how to access this. I am going to kind of glaze over the steps here, and if you want to follow along, you can totally try for yourself. However, this is also going to assume that you have some knowledge and already know the background and how to do some of these preliminary steps. But again, this is not intended to be a tutorial. This is just us checking out something that's really cool and was left behind in this game for some reason. You will need some console-specific encryption keys, and for this, I'm going to be using Lockpick RCM, which I've already used to extract the keys that I needed. Now, there's many different ways to extract the game itself, but I ended up using Masagrator's tutorial right here, which explains how to easily extract a NSP or XCI file. For this specifically, I ended up using the unpack v2 zip, and then I just used the XCI instructions since my game is a XCI file. And finally, this is all thanks to Sirason, who actually ended up posting instructions as well on how to dump the game and how to access it. Well, dump the cartridge and then access the PC version of the game. And this tutorial and thread will be down below in the description as well too, if you're wanting to check on it further. Now looking at this all, I have my unpack v2, and as you can see, this is how it should look like. You should have a couple exe files, a command file, and a bat file. Now this keys.txt, this is going to be your keys from your console that you've dumped using Lockpick RCM. You need to take the file it generates and rename it to keys.txt. And then as for the game itself, you're going to have to source your own copy of it. Mine, of course, is already dumped from the version I have here. But really, this makes it super simple. All I had to do was take the XCI file and drop it into Unpack. Now that all the NCAs have been extracted, I'm just going to press enter here because there's no patch that I need to do. And here it's going to ask me for some more information, mainly because we need to take a NCA file and extract it. So here, I'm just going to go to extracted XCI. And let's go ahead, check these out by size. And here's the thing, this is Icewind Dale, and this is Planescape Torment. So you need to take these second big and check this out. There's a torment.exe, and congratulations, you have now extracted a DRM-free version of Planescape Torment Enhanced Edition from your Switch version of the game. As a heads up, if you are like me and you try and run this for the first time, you might run into a OpenAL32.dll missing error. So for this, if you're on Windows at least and you're running it on here, you can simply go to the openal.org Windows downloads and download the Windows installer right here, install that in, and you're ready to play the game. Once you have all that set up, playing it is as simple as double-clicking this exe file, and you're in. Now, of course, I'm using a completely unpatched base version of the game right here. There are a few updates that have released for this, and I have not tried to install the updates and then dump this, but from what I see, this is still unchanged, so even if you have a patched version of the game and you dump it, it does not remove the exe or any of the files that are in there. You can still dump your game over to your PC and you get a DRM-free copy of it. I don't know, to me this is just pretty cool. There are a few other games for the Switch that have this as well too. Apparently the Amnesia games, I don't personally own them so I can't test this, but the Amnesia games do have the PC versions on them as well for the Switch. However, they are Steam versions of the game, so you'll still need access to a Steam account with Amnesia purchased on there to run the versions of Amnesia that you dumped from your Switch copy of the game and actually get them to work. So, kind of weird on there. On this thread, and I'm sure people are asking here as well, does this mean it's possible to run Windows executables on a Switch? And at least natively on the Switch's operating system, which is Horizon, no. and this does not utilize the EXE. In fact, this is just a really weird leftover, which nobody's been able to explain why it's sitting out there, especially in the root of the game itself. It's really not well hidden. Yes, you can't access this or see it if you're not going to modify your Switch or mess with it at all, but if you do modify your Switch and decide to dump the game and manipulate the files like this, everything is right there for a completely perfectly working PC build of the game. Well, almost perfect. You see, it's a little bit confusing when you're playing it on PC, because I noticed when you're playing it on Switch, it will tell you, hey, to do this, use the left stick or use this button. But on PC, when you're reading that, those have been completely omitted. So it just says, to do this, click, and there's nothing there. I'm not sure what that is. I guess it probably takes whatever you've mapped it to the Switch and places it in there, and since you're not playing this on a Switch, you're going to run into that issue. The game is still perfectly playable on PC, it's just going to be a little bit confusing if you don't know all the keyboard shortcuts and all that fun stuff that you're going to be utilizing there. So this is, I guess, a Switch PC build that you would be playing. In terms of other games to investigate as well, Final Fantasy VIII was also brought up. This is the double pack I have here, but apparently Final Fantasy VIII doesn't have the same executable that you can easily access. This is still like a PC build of the game that's being emulated on the Switch. So I don't know what's going on there. Now, cool, you have a Switch, you have your Planescape Torment, you've already dumped it, so now you have access to the PC version as well as the Switch version. That's fantastic overall. I mean, that saved you at least 20 bucks. You see, just to get this on GOG.com, it's 20 bucks, and I end up paying less than 20 bucks overall to get this copy here used. But can we do anything further with it? Well, yes, we can. You see, there's another huge notable game that was ported to the Switch somewhat recently. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, and this is the complete edition here. And recently, in a 3.6 patch, they ended up introducing cross-save on there. So that means that you can play on the Switch, and then you can transfer your save to the GOG version, you can transfer it to the Steam version, and vice versa. And you can do all those save transfers all you want. So for example, I actually own this game on PC. I double dipped. I have it on PC from GOG.com, and I have it on the Switch. And the nice thing is, now if I have the latest update on here and I have cloud saved enabled on my PC version, I can just transfer that save back and forth. So I can play The Witcher 3 on the best possible platform, and then whenever I go on the go, I can upload that save and transfer it over to my Switch copy and continue playing there. It works pretty well. So cross-save, all that good stuff. Nothing new, right? Well, this game has cross-save as well too, and I'll show you how I was able to get cross-save working on here, and it's pretty simple. Now going over to the PC, by default, this game ends up saving to your documents folder, your local documents folder, and saves into a folder called IWDPST. And inside here, you got your save folder, balder.lua, and if you go into save, these are all of your saves that you have available. So this is a save that I ended up just getting about 10 minutes into, and I saved on the PC version. Unfortunately, we don't have this same easy access on the Switch, but we have something that makes it easy enough. We have Checkpoint, which is a really awesome save manager, and anybody who has a modded Switch probably knows what I'm talking about. And if you have a modded Switch and you don't use Checkpoint, then what are you doing? So over at your modded Switch, this is going to assume you already have Checkpoint loaded up through the Homebrew launcher. All you need to do is go over to your game, press the A button, go to New, Backup Selected Save. We can just press OK right here because I don't need to rename it. And as you can see, it has backed it up. So now at this point, you just need to access your SD card, which is what we can do next. And I'm going to show you all how to transfer over to the PC and over to the Switch. Now we already know where the PC saves are located, but for the Switch saves that we've backed up, you just need to go into the Switch folder, Checkpoint, go to Saves, and then in here look for Planescape Torment. And right here is the save that we just backed up. And for this, I'd actually recommend making a backup of a backup right here. And I'm going to be renaming this to PC Cross Save, just so it's obvious enough when we start restoring it and all that fun stuff. But inside of here, we have the balder.lua file. And instead of saves, we have PST, but in here we have all the saves for our Switch version of the game as opposed to the PC version of the game. So these are our actual save files that we care about. And since we're going to be doing this here, I'm actually going to copy this over to my desktop. Now to transfer a Switch save over to the PC, it's super easy. You just go into wherever your IWD PSD folder is, go into save, and right here are all the saves. So you need to go over to wherever you've dumped your saves from your checkpoint, go into PST, and this is the one I want. This one is called Switch. I'm just going to copy out that folder, which is my actual save, and paste it right here. Now let's go ahead and fire this up on PC, so I'll show you where I'm at on PC and then the Switch progress. So here at the PC screen, I just need to go to Load Game, and as you can see, I have Switch and I have PC. Now, you might see some differences here where like not all icons and such are going to show up, and you can modify that yourself, I'm sure, but in order to load this up here, I'm going to first load it up on PC. So double click this, and as you can see, this is where I'm at in game. Now I'm going to escape, go over to load game, that's fine, and let's check Switch out, and as you can see, that is my characters right there. We're in a completely different part of the game right here, and we got the robes on and all that stuff. So, still in the mortuary, don't get me wrong, but regardless, we are further into the game than we are on the PC version. And it was able to work pretty seamlessly. Now vice versa, let's transfer a PC save over to the Switch. So here you just go into your IWD PSD folder, go to save, and find the save that you want. I want the one this time around that says PC. So I'm going to copy this out, and now here, go into the new save folder that you've created. Again, I'm going to call this PC cross save, PST, and paste it right here. So that's going to be it. Now we can take our SD card out and pop it into our Switch. Over at the Switch, load up checkpoint, go over to your game, press A, and select the cross save version that you want to save over. So this, I'm just going to press A on PC cross save, restore selected save, and everything has been restored. So at this point, we can exit out of here and get in game. So here, I'm just going to skip all this. We can get into Planescape Torment, load this up, and select file, or select life, I guess. Now, as you can see, we have the autosave, the Switch save, and the PC save. So first of all, I'll show you where I'm at on Switch. I'll just simply load this up here. And as you can see, this is what we saw on PC. We are on the 3rd floor of the mortuary. Now for here, I'm just going to go into the menu, load game, load, PC, and we're right here. And that is about it. So there we go, we have cross-save completely working effortlessly on here. So there we go, we have a Switch copy, we got a free PC copy out of it, and we have cross-save completely working on this. This is awesome. Are we going to see more of this? No, probably not. I mean, I'm sure this was easy enough for development, but at the same time, this is kind of a flub just leaving the EXE directly in there. And it's not going to be super beneficial unless the developers start officially handing out PC versions of the games with these console versions of the games, which I know some developers, such as, Valve when they released Portal 2, have done that in the past, but it's really not going to be happening, especially for a game such as this. This was, again, just a flub that ended up working really well in our favor. Now, for anybody who might be out of the Switch modding scene, is this worth it? Well, you would really have to love Planescape Torment in order to utilize this. Yeah, this is awesome, but again, it would just be a little bit confusing if you're playing this build of the game right here on your PC. Now, I'm sure you can take this save and transfer it over to a official GOG release, and I'm sure it'll work just fine as long as it's still the enhanced version, but I haven't tried that on here because, again, I just have it on the Switch and I use the extracted version. On top of that, I'm not sure version differences, so if you end up updating your game on Switch, how well that's really going to be working for you. Plus, on top of that, you're not going to be able to really fully utilize all the online features of this. You see, Nintendo really does not want modded Switches to go online at all, so my modded Switch here, for example, stays completely offline. I don't connect connect it online. I don't do any of that fun stuff there. So you're really going to be just using this for completely offline play if you're going to be utilizing this. But there are some cool things you can do. I'm sure if you want to, you can take your save off the Switch version, transfer it over to PC, modify your save, do whatever the hell you want to, and then transfer it back over, and that should work just fine. On top of this as well, I'm not 100% sure about this game, but I know some of the games, some of these, uncalled for PC ports on the Switch have mod support as well. So you can actually download mods for these games from the PC versions of them, and then through some trickery and magic and such, or no, it's really not, but through a few steps of a process, you can get these to work on your game on the Switch as long as you're running a modified Switch. That's about it. That's all I have to say for this video. I just thought this was something really cool. I decided to go out, buy the game, try this out myself, and sure enough, there is a fully fledged PC copy on that cartridge, or I guess file, if you're going to be dumping it from a digital version of the game. The other cool thing as well too is cross-save, which I'm sure there's maybe a more seamless version of it, but that's just how I tried it out. I didn't even look up to see if there was any official guide on how to do it. I just thought this seemed logical, and sure enough, it ended up working. So again, this is just something I thought was really cool and want to share with you all and make a video on it. And if you like these kinds of videos, let me know, because maybe there'll just be some more random stuff that I find cool that I'll make a video on, such as this. Big shout out to Sirasan as well too for originally making this discovery and making the write-up showing how to extract the game, how to find this, and how to utilize this. Anyways, this is Mr. Mario signing off. Thank you all for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, a like would absolutely be appreciated, and if you didn't like it, a dislike is fine as well too. Now, I think I need to apologize to that Wendy's.